Heads up. If you have kids around,
parental advisory is in effect.
This is the Bone is Bone podcast with Lamont and Tonelli.
It's like water torture.
Baby Huey.
Shasta.
And Joe Hawk.
Welcome back to the Bone is Bone podcast. Chasta and the whole gang with us today. Lamont, Tonelli, Baby Huey, and Joe Hawk. Everybody back. And we have a very special guest on the podcast. I am so excited that my mama is joining us on the podcast. Mama of the Bone. Mama, say hello.
Good day from Oklahoma.
It is a good day.
Good day to have a good day. So we have my mom on today to talk about snakes because we decided, no, calm down.
I don't even like listening to the word snakes. I can't stand snakes.
We decided to talk about our biggest fears, and I know that Lamont is terrified of snakes, and I always tell him, oh my God, my mom is the same exact way. So I thought you guys could bond a little bit over, because in Oklahoma, we have a lot of snakes. We've had a lot of snake stories.
Right.
My mom stepped on a copperhead when I was young.
Did it bite you?
We could start with that story. Mama, I was like 5 or 6, I think.
Yeah, we were moving the playground set around to the front yard and stepped right on the copperhead's head. If we hadn't stepped so close to the head, it probably would have bit. You know.
Oh, you got lucky by stepping on the head.
Mm-hmm.
We felt something squishy and looked down, and there it was. Yeah.
Just a squishy copperhead.
Oh, my God.
But the thing that really freaked Lamont out is I was telling him in Oklahoma, you have snakes. You find snakes in your house all the time, in the toilet or the bathtub or your closet.
The toilet's kind of what
anywhere.
triggers me
snake.
a little bit.
Yeah, that's a different thing. But my mom found a snake even in her house. What was it, just like last week, Mom?
Been about 2 weeks ago, yeah. It was not a baby snake. It was a youth-looking snake, I think. It might have been born a few days, but they're out and about here, the snakes are. I saw one of my friends this morning. She had already found a big snake out by her swimming pool. It's the gaddies from Sulphur.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys know the gaddies, right?
So hold it. I've got to back up on this story here. So let me ask you this, because Chasta mentioned that it could come up through your toilet, or she was telling me even in your bathtub, it could come through.
Yeah, they can come up through your drains.
That's ridiculous.
Someone's going to have a heart attack.
Have you ever had that happen to you?
Well, I haven't seen one coming out of the drain, but we definitely had them in the house. Danny, before we got married, he was not really scared. He's never been scared of snakes, and he had a whole family of pygmy rattlesnakes.
Oh, in the house.
Oh, my God.
On the couch where he slept. I went to move his quilt one day while I was trying to help clean up his little house, a little bit, and I lifted that up, and there were several little pygmy rattlesnakes in the quilt where he lays on the divan.
Oh, my God.
The quilt!
Yes.
Just kind of nesting there.
They were nesting there. I've got cold chills as I speak about it. Yeah, it was horrifying.
Now, how long had they been there? Do you know?
Well, who knows? That was pre us being married or me staying at his house ever,
So hold on here.
Or ever again.
Or conceivably, he could have had these quilts, the snakes in his quilt, and had been lying there and been sleeping with the snakes in the quilt for a couple of days and wouldn't have realized it?
Yes, it was his grandmother's quilt, and he kept it on the end of the sofa, the divan. And so needless to say, in just a couple of days after that, I demanded that if I'm going to be around him, he's got to throw that divan away. Of course, he wanted to tell me about a little bit of all the fun he had on that sofa.
Of course.
He did fire the snakes. But the snakes are worse than any other story you can tell me.
Yeah.
Oh my freaking God!
To give reference, this is my stepdad, who we lovingly compare to like a John Wayne meets a Crocodile Dundee.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
It's like those two guys had a baby. That's my stepdad.
Right.
This snake was in his room last week. Yeah, I saw it. I went in there to do something, wake him up. He was taking a nap, and I looked down and I thought, oh, my God, that's a snake. And then I thought, what? And it started wiggling, moving toward me. And so I hit him on the head and woke him up, and he killed the snake. But I know there's another little family of them probably somewhere. I don't know where.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my mom had a snake. I remember one time I was on the phone with her and she screamed and dropped the phone. I thought she died.
Yeah.
It was because she saw a snake in the windowsill. And so you had to hold it there for how long, Mom? Because she was yelling at my stepdad in the barn who never heard her.
Yes.
How long was that?
I was sitting on the divan talking to Chasta, and I had my cat in my lap, and all of a sudden that cat just went meow and jumped and ran. I thought, what the heck? And I looked up. It was on the outside of the windowsill. I'm not kidding you. It's better than 6 foot long. It was a huge snake. And so I put the phone down, and I went and got me a hoe out of the garage and ran around to the front. And Danny was out in the barn with his friends, and I was holding that snake head with a hoe, and he was that long. He was laying over on the windowsill, and I started screaming and hollering for Danny. Well, then later I found out that one guy said, I think you got goats hollering or something. He said, oh, no, never mind. He said, I think somebody might be hollering for help, but I don't know.
Hold it. The French are saying goats.
Yeah, but I had to hold it there. It was probably 10 to 15 minutes, but I knew Chance was coming. My son was coming out here because he was coming to get some stuff. Yeah. And he drove up, and I had the hold of the snake with the hoe, and he started walking up there. He's as scared as we are. Yeah. He come unglued. He said, oh, Mama, what we gonna do? I said, go get the ice chest out of the garage, and we'll rake it in the ice chest, and we'll take it out in the road, and then we can kill it.
Yes.
And I said, Danny is not paying attention to me, so we got to do something with this snake. And so Chance, he was scared to death, but we got that thing inside a big ice chest and took it out in the road. And then he set it out, and then he beat it up with the hoe. He beat it to death with the hoe. Needless to say, we marched out to the barn, and we let Mr. Danny Brock have it.
Yes, as you should have.
Now, I will say, your hoe technique, I have tried that before because I've had 4 snakes in my backyard before. And everyone in my house, they look to me, and my neighborhood looks to me as the snake killer, because what I did is I took a hockey stick, which has a good distance on it, and I held the snake's head down with the hockey stick, and then I took a shovel, one of those sharp spade shovels, and I cut the head off with my other hand.
Oh, some dexterity there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm telling you.
Wow, switch hitter.
It took talent. And then I also, one other time, just kept on grinding on the hockey stick back and forth over the snake's head until it cut off with friction.
Oh, that is some anger.
I hate freaking snakes.
So you can imagine when I was in Morocco and got blessed by a cobra, my mom was not having it. She took
I wouldn't have had anything with that either.
Oh, yeah. She took off and ran the other direction. You basically disowned me, Mom.
Oh, I don't blame you.
Yeah, I went out into the crowd when her and Jay were doing that. I just said, oh, and I just walked.
Nope.
And when I was walking, I was telling people, she's not my daughter. I've just disowned her. I don't know what happened to her. And it could have killed her, and I would have been over there way in the side, because I could not. That was the most horrific thing I've ever seen. It was horrible.
So now let me ask the rest of us here. Yeah. Do you guys like snakes, or what are your phobias?
I have a pet snake, actually.
Oh, you're freaking nuts.
What kind of snake is that?
It's a corn snake. I got it at PetSmart a long time ago. And Sam keeps on telling me to give it away.
Right.
I wear a snake ring on my finger every day because it reminds me of Morocco, one of the most magical places that I've ever been. Real quick, before we let my mom go, I'll have her help me tell the clown story.
Oh, yes.
So, when I was young, my mom had my room done in clowns. The decor was all clowns. And I was like 4 or 5, around Cody's age. And I was watching Saturday Night Live with an old plug-in, 5-inch by 5-inch black and white TV, right? You plug it in the wall, you get 2 channels, right? So after Saturday Night Live went off the air, It came on. The movie It. Oh. And I didn't know what it was. And so I just continued to watch it on this little plug-in TV under my bed sheet. Like I had just put it, I was sneaking so my mom wouldn't know I was watching TV. And It comes on. And so I'm watching this horrificness with the clown underneath my bed. And then when I peeked out of the covers, my whole room was clowns. So it was one of those moments, my first memories that just scarred me for life. And so ever since then, I have been terrified. My mom has really gotten me out of a couple pickles. Like when she sees clowns coming, she screams, she dodges, she does everything she can to get me out of harm's way. She did that when I was on the air one time in Oklahoma City.
Wow.
I was at the state fairgrounds and a clown was coming up and my mom's like, no, No.
Preemptive strike.
Yeah.
Preemptive clown strike. You have clown PTSD.
I do. So I blame Mom that she put all those clowns in my bedroom as a little girl. Thanks, Mom.
I'll tell you one. I hate to say this, but out there in my barn, I actually have a clown that Grandma Cloudy gave Chasta when she was a little bitty girl before we knew she hated clowns.
You still have that?
Yes, he's out there in the barn, and I got him in his tub. So one day you're going to have to open that up, and it's going to be bad news.
Oh my God!
And when she opens it up, there's going to be a snake inside too.
You know the story. She throws it away, somehow appears back in the barn.
Yeah,
that kind
exactly.
Of story.
Yeah, and then it murders me. No big deal.
Just send it to us, and we'll put it in the studio.
I know it. He's still pretty good looking, but he's the old school clowns, you know.
Yeah, the worst kind.
Like Bozo.
Yeah, the worst kind. He's really a clown snake.
Clowny clown. Thank you for coming on, Mama. We'll go through the rest of our fears, but you don't have to be here for them. We love
best.
you. Yes.
I appreciate it, and y'all have a good day. Love to y'all.
All right. Love you, Mama. I'll call you in a little bit. Bye.
Tell the Gaddies we said hello.
Yeah, the Gaddies.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. Is she the cutest you've ever heard in your entire life?
Absolutely.
Oh my God. So dang cute.
Honestly, if we were to animate anything of her anecdotes, it would be the perfect old school Looney Tune cartoon.
I know, right? So cute. All right, so Joe, you are obviously not afraid of snakes since you have a pet snake, which I never knew until today.
I don't really talk about them.
What's the snake's name?
Petey.
Petey. See, how could Petey be
How long
scary?
have you had Petey?
Let's see. I got him in 2007 as an excuse because my dog died.
15 years.
Yeah, about 15 years.
Have you seen it grow much in 15 years?
He went from the size of a number 2 pencil to 3.5 feet.
So are they bound by their
Yes.
by their container?
Yes.
Like turtles or something like that?
Exactly. Like if I were to put him into a bigger terrarium,
He'd get bigger.
Oh yeah, of course. If I were to release him out in the wild, who knows?
Do you have to feed him mice?
I do, but they're already pre-dead.
They're pre-dead.
Pre-dead.
They have done died.
That's
Just be dead?
They're pre-dead.
They're frozen.
I like pre-dead.
Yeah,
better.
pre-dead, sorry.
Yes.
Isn't pre-dead alive?
That's true.
It's Monday. He just got. That's true.
I didn't think of that.
Oh my God. The studio's falling apart. Oh my God.
Well, good thing you're still pre-dead.
I know. I am pre-dead, so I'll turn around and pick those
they
up.
They are frozen.
I know the difference between pre-dead and dead and being right on the brink of that.
Oh my God, that is the funniest thing I've ever
So
heard.
they are frozen mice because I actually used to have frozen rats because I used to have pet rats when I was really young.
Oh, they're rats? So they're big. Oh, Lord. Well,
yeah.
for a 3-foot snake, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. But my one phobia, it actually took me a while to think of what I'm really afraid of. I don't know. I don't know what you're going to laugh more at, the pre-dead comment or my phobia.
Probably pre-dead.
I am afraid of Ferris wheels.
God, Ferris wheels.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Now,
Just the heights?
The height part of it?
no, it's the unknowingly if there's like paper clips keeping it together and falling off. It's the fear of not feeling secure in Ferris wheels.
I mean, that makes sense.
I will ride a Carney roller coaster or anything else like that, but Ferris wheels, I think it's also the slow motion.
Yeah.
It's like the weird anticipation.
The slow death.
Yeah, basically, like you're going up, and it stops.
That actually makes sense. I can see that. It's not anything I would
Yeah,
thought.
but I love roller coasters. I love theme parks and rides and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just, I can't do Ferris wheels.
It's amazing. Ferris wheel is like, it takes longer to set it up to actually ride the ride.
Oh my God,
Oh, yeah.
it does.
Oh,
It takes like a half an hour to like load everyone up, and then you go around like 30 seconds and you stop,
And then
you
you're
got
done.
to unload everyone.
Right, that's true. I haven't. Well, at Disneyland, they do have a Ferris wheel.
Yeah, but Sam, every time we go to Disneyland, like, hey, you want to ride the Ferris wheel? I'm like, no.
No.
You sure you don't want to ride?
That's not a Carney Ferris wheel. I mean, that's a Disney
Disney.
Ferris
Yeah,
wheel.
But no, the thing is, she wants me to ride the wagon that actually moves. So there's the one in
Oh,
California
the one that
Adventure.
swings.
Oh, yeah.
She wants me to ride that one. That's where I draw the line.
That one is creepy. I will tell
no
you that.
thanks. No
Because
thanks.
there's like two versions of it, right?
There's the steady, and then there's the you want to throw up.
Yeah,
can rock.
I did that one.
And you're afraid of heights. That's your thing, right?
And it was crazy.
Yeah.
Just writing that and like trying to
Oh, yeah. I
hold
keep on
still.
forgetting. You are afraid of heights.
Yeah, no, so like I'm afraid of heights and also claustrophobic. That's my big thing. I mean, I know heights, we talk about that many times over the years.
Yeah.
But like claustrophobic, that's one I don't really talk a lot about.
Yeah.
But I hate being like in tight spots where I feel like I can't move, or especially like I can't feel like my arms can extend outward.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
interesting.
So it's
Yeah.
like where I feel like snugged or tight.
Yeah.
I hate it.
So a medium T-shirt.
Yeah, exactly. All that. Yes,
Good call.
absolutely.
Just about any room you go into.
Wow.
Damn.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Hey, Joe opened the floodgates.
I was going to say
rude.
pre-dead.
Pre-dead.
But I think it kind of started when I was a kid. Remember that movie in '93, The Vanishing with Keith Sutherland?
Yeah.
I never saw that one, actually.
It's in the I think it's in the trailer. It's about like a serial killer. Jeff Bridges is the serial killer. Kidnaps his wife, and she goes missing. And come to find out, she was buried alive. And this serial killer, Jeff Bridges,
Oh, man, I just got the heebie-jeebies.
God,
he captures his victims and he buries them in the backyard of his house. Sorry, spoiler alert.
For a 30-year-old movie.
30-year-old movie,
Yeah.
but it's based on like a French movie or something. So it was a remake. But in the trailer, you see Keith Sutherland. Jeff Bridges puts the
gas mask or
the
chloroform.
oxygen.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Chloroform.
Passes them out.
Chloroform, yeah.
The victim wakes up inside like a wooden coffin.
I remember this movie now.
underground.
I think also Ryan Reynolds did a remake of this as well.
There was a recent Netflix show of which I cannot remember the title, but same thing, where they would like challenge each other to do really scary things, and they buried each other alive, but then stuck like a mouthpiece in there so you could breathe, but you were underneath there.
No thanks.
But then, one of them pulled the thing out, and then there you are.
Yeah, no. So
It's really terrifying. I guess that's not a spoiler since I can't remember the name of the show.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but it's trippy because like in the trailer you see Kiefer Sutherland. He gets the lighter, turns the lighter on, and he sees he's trapped in there, and he's like, help, help. But the more he like yells, there's limited oxygen.
Yeah.
The lighter is sucking the oxygen out.
Those are two different fears, though. I'm not afraid. I'm not claustrophobic at all. Like, I love being in tiny little spots. I'm like the opposite. I don't know if that's a thing, but I'm the opposite of that. But being buried alive? F that.
I think for me, when it comes to claustrophobia, it would have to be like the feel, like same thing with the fear of, my Ferris wheels. It's the fear of falling off, not feeling secure. Like if I get stuck, then I'm going to start freaking out because then I can't get out. Then I'll start to get claustrophobic.
Yeah.
But other than that, I'm kind of like you. I don't mind small space and stuff like that, but I think it's just the
situation.
Yeah, it's all mine's very situational.
I have a question for you on that. Speaking of situational, I've been with you at a lot of live shows where we've been in really tight quarters. I mean, as far as just tons of people around on the floor, does that make you nervous where you can't get out?
But I know, like,
although you're the tallest, you can see.
Yeah, and I know I can like extend myself if I need to, like my
punch
arms.
people out if you have
exactly.
So you just don't like being confined.
Like if I'm like wrapped
in the
up,
back of a car.
Yeah, or like if I'm wrapped up and I can't move my arms or legs.
Oh.
Ooh,
Can we put you in a straitjacket and see what happens? Okay.
His face is
That would
getting
be a
red.
fun experiment.
Right? I know. I'm thinking of a stunt on the air.
Right.
If I can't so that's the thing. Like I've had
But
nightmares.
in
where
a straitjacket, your head is exposed and you're just wrapped up tight.
But his arms aren't. That's his thing.
I can't control myself. If I cannot control myself, I would freak out. And that's the thing. I would have nightmares. Like, buried alive or trapped in a coffin or something small where I cannot move. So I hate that feeling.
That's a totally valid
the
one.
anxiety and all that stuff.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
All right, Tonelli, what's yours?
Well, it's all situational stuff, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of times, generally, I'm not claustrophobic.
Yeah.
But there have been a couple of times where I have been like confined and didn't freak out, but kind of hyperventilated a little bit.
Right, yeah.
Heights is also situational. Heights kind of make my testicles crawl up inside my body.
I was going to say toes tingle, but, same.
But mostly, like, if I'm on a high roadway and you look straight down a cliff or something like that.
Yeah.
So, like, high building, I'm fine.
Yeah.
But if I'm on the edge of something where I'm more out in the open, that's not, say, controlled.
Yeah.
Then I freak out a little bit.
Yeah.
And insect-wise, or like Lamont's talking about snakes, I got attacked by about a half a dozen wasps once.
Oh,
so
my
that's
God.
still
That would probably add a little,
Yeah, what happened was,
That's
have you ever
awful.
used that wasp spray that you do
Yeah.
from about 30 feet away?
Yeah.
It's like it's like jet propelled, and
Yes.
it's
It's got a little straw in it.
I missed.
Yeah. Oh, no. Oh.
And they came flying out. This is, I don't know, 15 years ago.
Oh.
Still.
But you freak out because I'm not allergic, but I mean,
They're coming for you.
Yeah. And I mean, you swell up, and I just freaked out. So wasps do it for me. Now, if we have wasp stuff around the house, I'd always call somebody.
Right.
Somebody.
Chasta, can we schedule Wasp on the music log?
Yes.
great 80s band, Wasp.
Yes, just for Tonelli.
By the way, the Italian word for wasp is Vespa.
Is it really? I never knew that.
There you go.
Fun fact. There you go. That's kind of an well, not totally unreasonable. Mine is far more unreasonable, but on the insect front, I should have kept my mom on the line because she's claustrophobic. She's totally afraid of heights, and especially on a road like that. Like if you're on a road and it's a cliff, she's like taking her on Highway 1. Oh, she was like, hell no. But my insect thing, it's hard for me to even get this out. Grasshoppers. Like
Really?
I cannot handle the stickiness.
Oh.
And this is what it comes from. In Oklahoma, in the summertime, it's hot as blazes.
And they're
right?
all over the place.
They're all over the place.
Over the place.
So when you drive through like Walmart parking lot, if you have your radio off and your window down, you hear. Because you're, I know.
I just know.
Because you're just rolling over hundreds at a time. But they fly up and they hit your car and they're just enormous. I mean, they're like 3 inches long. They're just.
Like, I know it's the Bible Belt around there, but that sounds very biblical.
Apocalyptic? Yeah, no, it is. I think it comes from, I'm triggered because, like you said, getting hit with wasp multiple times. They used to, like, jump up and get stuck in my hair with their sticky legs.
But they're harmless.
I mean, but they could make me harm myself, so I don't know if that's technically harmless because I would do a lot to get away from it. I could do snakes, spiders, anything like that all day, but grasshoppers, F you, get out of here. I can't do it.
Whoa.
And my final one is baby dolls that have big eyes. You know, the old.
The old dolls.
Are those like Cupid doll or whatever those dolls where they flick open themselves?
What about Cabbage Patch?
Cabbage Patch, I'm fine with.
Okay.
It's got to be the old ones that look like there's something living inside of them.
Yeah.
You know, like a demon has definitely taken over their body.
Yeah,
Probably because you've seen that in the movie.
Exactly.
Right?
See, I'm very affected by the movies I saw.
Child's play. Yeah.
Right? Child's play. So, yeah, mine are clowns, grasshoppers. That's ridiculous, but it's the truth. It is what it is.
Yeah.
All right, you guys. Well, let us know. What's our email again, Joe?
TheBonusBonePodcast@gmail.com.
There you go. Let us know if you relate, if you feel understood with any of our terrible, frightening. I'm getting sweaty palms. Do you see that? Just thinking about grasshoppers and clowns and big-eyed dolls. I can't help it. So send us an email. Let me know your thoughts. Oh, you know what? And also, we should just say Lamont had to leave in the middle of this. So if you've been wondering.
Why it's quiet.
He's so quiet.
We're talking about snakes too much.
Exactly. He literally bailed.
He freaked out.
So, yeah, he'll be back next week, as will all of us. Thank you so much for listening. We'll check you next time. Bye.